This message is being broadcast by the Department of Defense of the Republic. Continue to carry out the following instructions. The broadcast will quiet at this time for your safety.
All television and radio stations in the United States will now cease their regular programming to carry this special message.
We'll do it live!
Hello everyone, JFM Studios here bringing you a very special video. For years I wanted to make a Draw My Life video. Never got around to it though. I assumed it was a big trend at the time, gets views, everyone has fun, and it's a great way to know the content creators a bit more. I don't know if the trend is dead, but I'll still do it. So I decided to finally make one for my birthday this year. It's a special birthday though, because I'll be turning 30. Yes, 30. I can feel my body aching already. So let's get started. This is my life. I was born in Lawton, Oklahoma. My dad was in the Army back then, and we were stationed at Fort Sill. That's my family. A dad, mom, and a sister 11 years older than me. I bet she felt real strange having a little brother. About 3 months after I was born, my dad was stationed to Fort Wainwright, so we had to move to a faraway place called Fairbanks, Alaska, where I would spend the vast majority of my life. A little fun fact about me, I am Puerto Rican. I am the only member of my immediate family to not have been born there, and I never really wanted to speak Spanish to anyone. My mom said it was because I thought it was stupid or something. If that's true, I just want to slap myself, because knowing more than one language is very helpful. That's just one of my many regrets, I guess. I mean, I can understand it, read and write it to a degree, but speaking it, well, I need more practice. I'm sure there are plenty of Americanized Puerto Ricans who don't speak Spanish, but it still makes me feel like a dumbass. Around 1992, my dad left the Army and we moved in this small yellow house 10 minutes away from town. That was my earliest memory. I was about 2 years old, almost 3, and I remembered the real estate lady showing us the place and the Remax sign out in front. There were some fond memories in that house. Throughout the years, it always needed some fixing, but hey, well, what house doesn't? When I was 5, I was enrolled into school. During my elementary school days, I was very shy, introverted, and at times, sad. I made friends though. Great friends, like Alexis and Rory. Man, I met them in kindergarten and first grade respectively, and today I am still friends with them. We would play during recess, talk about favorite cartoons and video games, and just chill in class. I was comfortable being a kid in class, but at the same time, I wanted more. I just didn't know what. I wanted attention and recognition for my achievements, but I wasn't the most athletic or the most intelligent, so no trophies or certificates for me. Thankfully, I was creative. When I was a kid, I loved watching cartoons. My favorite that I would watch practically every day was Rugrats. One fateful Saturday, a new episode premiered called Pilot Light. It's a funny episode where the babies mistake the water heater repairman for a pirate. They took his schematic thinking it was a treasure map, and lo and behold, as soon as I saw those stick figures on that schematic, I got an idea. I redrew those stick figures and saw and named them after the Rugrats characters. I even assigned a color for each of them. Tommy is blue, Chucky is red, Phil is green, and Lil is yellow. I drew my own picture books with these stick figures going on different adventures based on video games like Super Mario World, Wario Land, Final Fight, Contra, and even Star Wars. You can call them fan fiction, maybe. I remember finishing these books as a kid, showing them off to my teacher and classmates, and they thought they were cool. I impressed them. Finally, I was good at something, and that was drawing and making stories. So I continued making the Rugrats stick figure books primarily until the end of 3rd grade. That's when I was introduced to Pokemon. A bunch of classmates were trading and showing them off to me, and I was given some. Then, after my mom bought me Pokemon Blue version, I was hooked. I was the biggest Pokemon fanatic. I collected the cards, the animated series on VHS, and the toys. I still made my Rugrat books on the side, but then I wanted to try something different involving Pokemon. So I attempted to make my own Pokemon series that rivaled Ash's Journey. It starred me as the main character, and my starter Pokemon was Squirtle. It was a dumb series of books. I still drew stick figures, I kept winning at every battle. No real struggle or conflict at all. But my friends liked them, so it was cool. I guess. When I was in 5th grade, I wanted to be more original with my stories, so I took Jeff, the Pokemon trainer, and have him go on different adventures. This time I ditched the stick figures and just drew him in the Pokemon style. He ended up looking like this. But hey, it gets better. I made these strange books involving Jeff and other random characters like SpongeBob and The Simpsons. Around this time is where I made his friend, Taylor. And then around middle school, I just decided to write and draw random Jeff and Taylor adventures. I called the series Two Big Idiots. They were just two dumb teenagers going on different adventures, like going to a different dimension, finding diamonds, going to New York City to fight an evil ghost, and going to Termina Fields to stop the Skull Kid from dropping the moon onto the Earth, with the help of Bart Simpson. I also remembered this big part of my life when my little cousin Ray was staying with us. He flew all the way from Puerto Rico so we can take care of him. He was like a little brother to me, and finally, I had someone to play with. Even though Ray and I fought at times, we were kids, of course we did, I had very fond memories with him. Like playing with action figures, going outside and pretend we were adventurers wielding our plastic swords, and making books together. Those years playing with Ray really sparked my imagination, and I created my other series, Project JA, because of him. The character Ray Ilareze is based off of him. He told me I inspired him to pursue art, and right now he's grown up and a tattoo artist. It was freshman year of high school, and I decided I wanted to be an animator. I wanted J&T on TV to be watched by people around the world. At the time, I was really into Adult Swim, and I was into this cartoon called Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and wanted J&T to be raunchy, just like that. That was when I made up a whole bunch of characters for the series. The West End girls we know today were called the Lesbian Four back then, and there were a lot more sexual in that version. I even made a list of episodes. Some of the characters were based off of my real-life friends, and they thought it was awesome. By the time freshman year ended, I found out that there were English-translated graphic novels of my favorite anime, Case Closed. When I found out that they were originally made and printed in Japan back in 1994, I thought to myself, hey, I bet making comics is an easier way to get my stuff out there. I like to write and draw. Plus, it can be totally done by one person. And right there, I knew what I wanted to be. A comic book author. And Jeff and Taylor was my primary project. My family weren't too keen on the idea of me wanting to pursue that for a career, but I'm stubborn. This is something I knew I wanted, I had the passion for. Any other career, no matter how much money I make, would just feel like an obstacle. During sophomore year, I made the first issue of Jeff and Taylor, G-Station, an episode where the boys buy an evil video game console that's programmed to kill. At this time, I decided to make J&T more PG in order to get a larger audience. And I believe it's the right move. From there, I kept going with it, and my J&T comics. Looking back, they were amateur and the stories were sloppy, but it was a great starting point. In the summer of 2007, I took a month-long cartooning class in the university with the instructor, Jamie Smith. He's a local cartoonist who would submit cartoons to the newspaper from time to time. I learned a lot in those 6 weeks. The final exam had us drawing a 3-page comic. Jamie gave me an A+ and told me I've got a future in sequential art. That really made my whole summer. And today I am still friends with Jamie Smith. Several months passed by and I was almost done with high school. My art teacher helped me enroll into the Northwest College of Art and Design in Poulsbo, Washington. I was a bit nervous. It was the first time living by myself out of state going to a school, so it was a huge jump for me. The art college was cool, very small, intimate, and my classmates were like a family in a way. But looking back, I should have done more. I felt I was so behind everyone else because I was too focused on my comics rather than focusing on the basic fundamentals of art. I started getting criticized for it, rightfully so. But I felt a little ashamed to show everyone my newest comic, afraid of what they'll say. By the time college was over, though, I decided screw it. My comics are a big part of me, and I shouldn't be afraid to talk about them. One of the best things I did while I was all alone in that Washington apartment was start my own YouTube channel. I joined October 9th, 2008, and today I'm still posting videos talking about my art, my life, and the occasional random video. And in those 10.5 years, I gained about 3,800 subscribers. But going back to like late 2011, early 2012, it was weird, yet awesome at the same time. I was done with college, but I still lived in the Washington apartment. I tried looking for a job, but no one was hiring me. So I stayed inside, working away on my comics and videos. Started a new YouTube channel called Jeff and Taylor Comic, where I post J&T related stuff there. During college, I learned how to code websites using basic HTML and thought, hey, I should make a website where people can read my comics. I built one up for a couple of months, and on January 5th, 2012, jeffandtaylorcomic.com was launched. I had a pretty good schedule. I released one main episode per month and released the short J&T quickies twice a week. And I was following the schedule until I had to move out of my apartment and back home to Fairbanks. Made sense. I was losing money, and I was starting to get a bit lonely. But working on my art and videos 24/7 was a great time, and I get nostalgic thinking about it. I met a bunch of my online fans and friends in that period. And a lot of them are still fans today, and I'm grateful. When I moved back to Fairbanks, I lived with my parents and worked at my dad's auto body shop at full time. The pay was decent, but it took a lot of time away from my schedule. Working 40 hours a week or 45 hours a week, depending during the wintertime, was a bit strenuous on me. Kudos to those who work longer hours. You have my respect. Later in 2012, I did something that I always wanted to do. Self-published J&T. I was told about this self-publishing website called Kablam.com and wanted to try it out. So I put the pages together, designed the covers, and planned out the bonus materials. Submitted the pages to Kablam, and in a few weeks got my proof copy of my book. I remember holding that physical copy in my hand. I had the biggest smile on my face. This was something I've been dreaming about since I was 16. A physical copy of Jeff and Taylor. A graphic novel designed by me. Just the way I imagined it. I published more J&T volumes along the years, even getting opportunities to sell them at conventions. Those were exciting. I get joy knowing that different people from around the world enjoy my comics. Even though it's a modest following, I'm grateful that I have readers that know and care about the characters I create. I really wish I got to produce more content faster so we all get to enjoy J&T. But I'm only one person doing this. Working at the shop and making my art afterwards lasted for 7 years. And a few months ago, I worked my very last day there as I prepare to move to Helena, Montana, for a clean slate and an opportunity to really get JFM Studios on the map. Yes, I work full-time on my art now. I make a bit of money doing commissions for people. I also sell my graphic novels. You can buy them from indieplanet.com or from me directly. Right now, I'm living off of the money I saved up from working at the shop and trying to produce as much content as I can. But I still believe in my work. Jeff and Taylor is a great series. If it had the opportunity to be an animated show or be shown on Cartoon Network or Netflix, it would be a hit. It has that mainstream appeal without being condescending, patronizing, or being dumbed down for the audience. It's humorous, but sincere. I am a cartoonist. I believe that this was what I was meant to do. And I won't stop creating until my life is over. They say the real fun begins once you're in your 30s. And I just took my first step into that realm today. So there you have it, guys. That is my life. And you can totally tell I'm reading off of a script. yeah, I did. Whatever. All right. Sorry I didn't go into more personal details, but hey, maybe in a future video I'll talk about more of my personal life. I mean, I did plenty of times in this channel, but I wanted to be more professional, focus on my art, since a lot of people follow me for that, So yeah, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and that was the very first time I had to draw my life. For years I've been wanting to do this, and then it's over already. I felt like I was rushed. I felt like this was rushed, reading the script. Oh well. I could have done it off the cuff, but then I would have been, pausing a lot, and then I had to edit a lot, so, that's how I am. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and look forward to more videos in the future, and yeah, I'm really working hard, working by myself on this. Yeah. Alright guys, I'll see you guys later. JFM out. And if you left me a happy birthday comment down below, then I thank you in advance. I may not get to your comment right away because I'm usually offline here and there, working away on my stuff or going out into the town visiting friends. But yeah, you guys are awesome, for real. A long time ago, I used to think that I would be super famous at this time. That I would be almost done with Jeff and Taylor, and they would be sold in bookstores everywhere, and I would get an animated series. But no. Unfortunately, my naysayers were right a bit. So, but I'm still continuing to fight. My main goal in life is to finish JNT. And even though it has a little bit of a small following, consider your guys very, very lucky that you know this series. So, yeah, that's it. Alright, guys, that's it for me. Happy birthday to me, September 14th. I can't believe it. Alright, 30 years old. Alright guys, I'll see you guys later in another video real soon. Either it's a speed paint or something random. I wanted to release my SpongeBob video, but Viacom removed it. So stupid. Alright, that's it for me, for real. Okay, see you later guys. JFM out. Goodbye.